Today I'm going to try and repair this hole in my top. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. So I'm starting by using a bit of sew-on interfacing to cover the hole. It should really be black, but I don't have any black, so I'm going to try it with white. And I got my machine on a zigzag. I'm just going to attach it on to the back of this and then cut off the excess once that's done. So once the interfacing is on the back, I'm just going to go over the raw edges on the front with my zigzag again to try and just hold it together because it's quite frayed on that bit. This is a really cheap vest, so it's a bit of an experiment. I've never tried doing this before, so I'm going to see if it works. So there we go, so that's the interfacing. Just about attached. And I'm just going to cut off the excess on the back. So you can see that if I had got black interfacing, I might have been able to get away with the repair at that point, because this is only a vest, it's not a posh top or anything. And it's got the hole secured, but I'm going to try and make it look a bit more interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. I found some scraps in my box of tricks that will go with this. So I'm using Heat and Bond, which is adhesive paper, and it sticks fabric to fabric. So I've chosen a shape. I've just gone for a circle, and you need to trace your shape and make sure that it actually covers the thing that you want to repair. So I've done that. And now I'm going to iron it onto the back of my fabric. If you're using a fabric with a pattern, like I am, you might want to try and centre the bit you're using over a nice bit of the pattern. So I put that over, so the sticky side down, plain side up, and I'm just going to press it. So just press, and it takes about 10 seconds for each bit to stick. So I'm going to stick that on. And the next thing to do is to cut out your shape. Cut out along the line that you've drawn. I'm a bit rubbish at this. Once you've cut out your circle or your shape, you need to peel the backing away. Sometimes if it's difficult to get the backing off, just make a little tear and it'll come away easier. So just peel the backing off and your fabric will be left with a sort of, you can't really see it, but like a shiny surface on the back. And the next thing to do is to iron this onto your garment. So the same as before, you just press for maybe about 10 seconds. Just to make sure all of the edges are pressed down, and this activates the glue on the back. And that's it, stuck there. I did put the interfacing on because if you didn't, the glue would come through and stick onto whatever you're using. So that's now stuck on. So now what I'm doing is I'm sewing round the edge of this, because although the glue holds it, it won't really hold for washing and wearing. So I'm much more used to quilting than I am sewing jersey, so I'm going a bit cautious. So I'm just doing a few little bits and then moving the fabric, pivoting it round as I go, and hopefully this should stick. So I'm doing raw edge applique, so because I've stuck the paper onto the back of the fabric, it's not going to fray, so don't have to tuck the edges under as you would in normal applique. I'm going to go around a few times with this to secure it, to give it sort of a bit of a haphazard look, and I'll just see how it looks when we're finished. So I'm all finished. So what I've done is gone around the edge with my machine with a straight stitch about 3 times, just quite roughly overlapping, and then I've crisscrossed over the middle. If you look on the back, that's what I've done, and that will hold it together, and it might see me through this year, fingers crossed.